Have you ever realized something important, but only after life forced you to learn it the hard way? It's painful, isn't it? How sometimes the most valuable lessons arrive only after you've been hurt, disappointed, or broken. Stay with me, because this story carries a lesson most people understand only when it's already too late. Welcome back to Story of Becoming. Today, I'm sharing a story that carries a truth people ignore for years, until reality finally makes them face it. And if you listen closely, it might save you from learning it the hard way. There was a young man who lived his life chasing everyone else's approval. He wasn't living for himself, he was living to impress people who barely noticed him. Every decision he made, what he studied, how he behaved, how he dressed, was shaped by what others would think. As long as people clapped for him, he felt worthy. As long as people praised him, he felt valuable. But deep down, he knew something was wrong. He sacrificed sleep to meet expectations, sacrificed dreams to avoid judgment, and sacrificed his happiness to keep people impressed. Yet no matter how hard he tried, it was never enough. People always wanted more. The moment he made a mistake, the same people who once praised him turned their backs quietly. Their silence cut deeper than any insult. One day, after years of pleasing others, he hit a breaking point. He was exhausted, not physically, but emotionally. He felt empty, as if he'd built his whole life on someone else's idea of success. That evening, he sat alone in his room, staring at everything he had achieved: certificates, photos, trophies. They were supposed to make him feel proud, but instead they felt meaningless, because none of them reflected who he truly was. He decided to go out for some air. It was late. The streets were quiet, and the world felt softer in the night. As he walked, he noticed an old man sitting on a bench, feeding birds. Something about his calmness drew the young man in. Without expecting a reply, he asked a simple question: "How do you stop caring about what people think?" The old man smiled, not a wide smile, but a knowing one. He said, "I spent 40 years trying to make people like me. And you know what I learned? People forget you the moment you stop giving them what they want. But you have to live with yourself forever." The young man felt something shift inside him. The old man continued, "You think you need approval to feel valuable. But value isn't something others give you. It's something you give yourself. Let me tell you the truth most people learn too late. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you fear. Everyone is too busy worrying about their own lives, so you might as well live yours." Those words hit him harder than anything he had heard in years. The lesson was simple but powerful. You lose yourself the moment you make others your compass. That night, the young man went home a different person. He didn't suddenly become fearless. He didn't suddenly stop caring. But he took his first real step toward living for himself. He started saying no to things that drained him, yes to things that mattered. And slowly, he began building a life that felt true, authentic, meaningful, his own. And as he grew, he realized something shocking. The people he once tried so hard to impress, they barely noticed he stopped trying. His fears had been illusions, the pressure had been imaginary, and the expectations he thought others had for him were mostly in his own mind. The life lesson people learn too late is this: living for others is the fastest way to lose yourself, but living for yourself is the only way to truly live. If you're watching this, take this lesson before life forces it on you. You don't need permission to be who you are. You don't need applause to feel worthy. Your life is too short to waste on trying to please people who won't even remember half of what you're worried about. Thank you for being here on Story of Becoming. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And if you're ready to grow into who you were meant to be, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay connected for more stories that help you become your truest self. Keep becoming.